Hi, this is Eric from Rethink Innovations, and today we're going to be going over our budgeting tool for architectural and interior designers on how exactly it works. It'll be very quick and it'll give you insight on how to use this Excel document. So first, what we sent you is a budgeting tool. It should have your name here, but again, it's version 1.1 is what we're working on right now. As you notice, it's an XLTX, which means it's a template file. So if we just double click on this, we've opened up a new file. We're not editing the one we sent you. So as you see here, it's 1.1.1. So this is a brand new document. So when you save it, it's going to ask you what to save it as and such. So it starts off here. This sheet, it's unlocked. You can put, well, your firm's logo should be here if we sent it to you. Your firm's information, and then you can fill in here some quick information about the client. This sheet's unlocked, so you can adjust it as you need. Moving on, the summary page is where you will have here a link for this video down the bottom. And this is going to summarize all the different categories that we serve and help you budget. And then the overall here on the side, percentages of how much that's taking up in your project. I'll go through this again at the end when we add a few things. So the first category down the bottom here is audiovisual. And you notice every tab is going to be very similar, it's just different disciplines. The first one here is quantity, and if you just hit tab or left arrow, right arrow down, this sheet's locked. So the only thing you can add here is how many of each of these do you want. So if you look down here, you notice there's a whole bunch of things. It starts off up here with executive rooms. So this would be for someone's office. Small meeting rooms, one-off meeting rooms. Medium-sized rooms. If you notice, it starts saying the number of people that are applicable for in that room. So if you grab your seating, you can see, okay, that should be in the medium-sized room or the small-sized room. And again, it describes out what they're getting. Again, this is truly intended as a budgeting tool, not for proposals from Rethink for anything. Boardrooms, it's getting up into the executive size boardrooms, very advanced stuff. And so if we add something here, let's say one boardroom, and we come up to the top and we say we also want 2 small meeting rooms, and we want 2 executive offices. High hopes on these proposals here. So we said we budget that down. If you look down the bottom here, you'll see that was the grand total for right here. So let's say they want access control. Well, outside of 4 or 8 doors, it starts to get a little more complex. So what we've budgeted for is 4 doors. It seems to be a typical office space, unless it's getting advanced. But this will at least get you in the ballpark. So what we have here is 4 doors of access control, 4 cameras of HD, and then a combination, 4 doors and 4 cameras. And as you notice, if you total this up, this is going to be more expensive if you do these individual than if you put in, if you put in this one, which is both. Because there's not duplicated equipment in both of those. So let's pretend that they want a couple cameras for their space, and they also want 4 doors of access. Again, if they want 3 when it comes down to it, at least we have some money budgeted for this stuff. Hosted video. This is applicable if they want access control, they don't want any access control, they want a couple cameras, but they don't want to pay for any equipment up front outside of the cameras. They don't want to buy the recorder, they don't want to maintain the recorder and storage and stuff like that. This is 1 year of hosted in the cloud cameras. Again, it kind of describes out what they get. So it's like low, medium, high, and HD plus. Sound masking works in square footages. Again, if you're approximate, that's fine. This is kind of like up to that amount of space. Let's say they want 6,000 square foot of sound masking. And then last is digital signage. This is including the display, the player, or some kind of programming, such like that. Difference between the two is one's a 46, approximately a 46, the other one's 55 to 60. Again, obviously when it comes right down to it, we can budget more. So let's put something in here. So now we have a grand total here. We go back to the summary. We can see what we put in, where it's at, and how much money we're spending on which disciplines. Obviously, I went pretty heavy on the AEV here. The one important thing is down the bottom here is you'll notice sales tax. I don't know what state this is applicable for. These are the states where this template is for. So these are the states that it works in. So if I click New York, it puts in the New York City sales tax, and that's your grand total for your budget for these. Go back again, go to cover, and then you can then save it, and it asks where to save it. Just put it on my desktop and call it whatever I want, and now I'm saving it as an Excel document. Again, obviously I have a way of making it into a PDF. If I click print preview, you can see that ultimately it prints everything that we've configured. You can see all your options later. So you could print this out and say, okay, here's what I budgeted, but maybe in reviewing printed versions, you could say, oh, well, in reality, I'd rather have this executive, one of these or one of these in that review process. And at the top, it shows you what tab we're talking about, audiovisual, and access control, HD video, sound masking, digital signage, and then that's pretty much it. You can print it or however you see fit. All right, that's it, and enjoy, and give us some feedback if there's any other disciplines or things you'd like to see us help you budget. We'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks a lot.